okay, I'm getting comfy because I just want to like stop feeling so scripted and just like talk to you guys. I no longer care about having, you know, a closet full of the newest Aritzia styles. I just don't care about that anymore. I'm simply hit with a credit card bill at the end of the month and then I'm like, oops.
Do anything for the cash. Do anything for the cash.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another financial video for you guys. I am both excited and nervous to make this video because, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be coming clean about my finances a little bit, talking about what I spent in the 2 months of quarantine, and sort of just exposing myself on my budget a little bit and talking about some money revelations that I've had over the past few weeks. Before we get into the video, if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I'm trying to be more transparent on my channel. There was such a positive reaction to when I really opened myself up and talked about why I quit my job that I was unhappy in. And I just think that there is something so powerful about being honest on the internet. And I just want to keep contributing to that. I wish that, more influencers that I follow, some of them obviously are super transparent, but there's some that I wish I could just get a better look into their life and into their finances. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about that in this video, about, perception of perfection and how that can be really detrimental to ourselves, to our self-esteem, and to our budgets, the effect that it had on me. And this video is just going to be kind of chatty, might be really long because I talk so much, so maybe grab yourself a cup of tea or something, and let's spill the tea on my own budget. How about that? Okay, cool. So for those of you who don't know, I'll do a quick refresher about me. I'm 23 years old. My name is Zoe. I live in Montreal and I work as a consultant. So yeah, what does that even mean? We're gonna get into it in this video. Like I said, the purpose, okay, I'm getting comfy because I just wanna stop feeling so scripted and just talk to you guys. So the purpose of this video is because over quarantine, I have been spending a lot of money. I wanted quarantine to be a time when I could really, save money and be more proactive with my budgeting. And budgeting is something that I've been struggling with for many months now. And I'll talk about why. And I'm just gonna come clean about how much debt do I have? What have I spent my money on? Do I regret it? All of those things. And before we talk about that, I just wanna say, I don't know about you guys, but with quarantine, I've been on my phone so much, been watching YouTube videos, been watching, Instagram stories, and it's just been such a toxic thing for me because I find myself comparing myself to everybody, and I'm watching people who've got matching designer sweatsuits, and I'm like, should I be buying a designer sweatsuit? And I'm watching, getting more glimpses into people's beautiful homes, and you want to decorate, and you just want to Instagram makes me want to spend money, and YouTube too can make me want to spend money, especially when I'm watching content from people whose job it is to essentially shop, people who get paid for promoting products. And I'm guilty of that too. YouTube is not my job. I make a small income from it, very small. But I have in the past been part of the problem. I just uploaded a haul video, and I just really want to shift my mentality when it comes to shopping, when it comes to consuming. And I want to talk more about budgeting. I think that we are thrown so much content, at least the content that is being directed at me based off of my algorithms and all of that. I'm getting so much content about shopping, about clothes, about, buy, consume. And the underlying message of that is that, hey, you're not enough. You need to buy something to feel better. You need to have the next thing. You got to buy more. You got to do more because you are not enough. And that is just not true. If quarantine has made me realize anything, it's that me by myself am enough. I am by myself in my house all day, okay? I live on my own. Sometimes I go for social distance walks and whatever, and that's great. But the majority of the time I am by myself. And I have to believe that without material things, without anything, that I am enough. And you guys are too. So if you're like me, if you can relate to what I'm saying, I have been shifting sort of the content that I'm consuming, which is why I'm trying to shift a little bit the content that I am producing to be able to contribute to the great side of the internet, which I think is transparency, which is an honest look into people's lives. And it's not just about flexing and about money and about buying and making and hustle and all of that. So there's my rant for you guys. Now I want to get into what I spent. I'm going to talk about, like I said, what I spend my money on. Do I regret it? And then later on in the video, I'm going to talk about debt. So we're going to get more juicy as I kind of talk and open up to you guys. We're going to get more juicy towards the end of the video. I'm going to tell you guys exactly how much debt I have, and we're going to make a plan going forward of how I can be more smart with my money and how you guys can follow me along with this journey of really just getting better with my money and learning lessons and all of that. So you guys may have seen in February, I did a no spend challenge. I had done, prior to that, I had done a self audit where I really took a look at all of the things that I was spending money on. And I decided for the whole month of February, I'm not gonna buy anything. I saved a ton of money that month, you guys, and I felt really proud after. I was really proud of myself. I was really happy. And I think a lot of that came from in February, I was in a really good place mentally because I had just quit my job that was causing me a lot of pain, a lot of stress, and like a lot of emotional distress. And what I've realized is that shopping is a huge coping mechanism for me. There's something about shopping that like soothes my anxiety, although it only brings it back in different forms later because then I'm stressing about everything that I put on my credit card. I am someone who's so careful about credit card debt. I think credit card debt is the worst kind of debt. The interest rate's like 20%. It's so high. Never ever keep money on your credit card, you guys. And that's something that I can say I'm really proud of about myself is I never carry a balance on my credit card. I'm always able to pay it off. Sometimes I transfer my credit card balance to a line of credit that has a way lower interest rate, which is something that like I need to stop doing too. And that's when I know I've been spending too much. I've been living above my means is when I have to transfer the balance, which has happened to me in quarantine. That's actually the first time that I'm unable to pay off my credit card balance has been in quarantine. It's not something I'm proud of. I'm in fact very ashamed of it, but rather than sit at home and beat myself up about it, I'm choosing to expose myself here on the internet and learn my lesson in public, and hopefully that you guys can learn your lesson along with me. So what made me go over my credit limit? Well, let's talk about that. What did I spend in the 2 months of quarantine? I'm going to tell you guys. So I've broken it down into 4 categories: groceries, food delivery, shopping, and other. The other category is stuff like my phone bill, Spotify, and a very random and expensive purchase that I'm going to tell you guys about. So first of all, groceries. My grocery bills have been pretty good. My grocery bills have gone up because I've just been experimenting with cooking more. I've also started shopping at the farmer's market, which is more expensive. So for 2 months of groceries, I spent $624. I eat a pescatarian diet, which is more expensive, and I get my fish like fresh caught of the day from the fish market. So I do have like high expensive taste when it comes to groceries. So in the March of April, I spent $304, and in the month of March, I spent $304 on groceries, and in the month of April, I spent $320. So that comes down to less than $100 a week, which I think is very good. I try and keep my grocery budget to about $100 a week, and that keeps me feeling fed, satisfied, and keeps me eating healthy and shopping pretty much locally as much as I can. So not too bad on the grocery budget. When you see $600, it does seem high. However, that's not really the area that I need to focus on cutting down for. Next is food delivery. At the beginning of quarantine, I am super guilty of getting a lot of food delivery. And I even actually included something here that I think is funny. It was right before quarantine started. I took a boy. I took a boy out on a date to this really expensive sushi restaurant, and like anyway, I paid for the bill, and it was $109. So I spent $109 on sushi and cocktail to take a boy out on a date. So my total for food delivery, including that date, it was a good date, by the way, so no regrets, but that's expensive. My total for the 2 months has been $322 on food delivery. Now that is way too high. I think in the beginning of quarantine, I was a bit stressed. I was ordering more delivery than usual. And I've since realized that I definitely need to cut down on that number. Yes, it's nice to support local businesses, but eating out just simply is not a way to save money. There's no secret about that. I am grateful that, you know, thanks to quarantine, there's no more expensive dates that I'm going on. But I'm also kind of like, girl, you spent $100 on one night at one restaurant. Like, that needs to stop. And I've been watching a lot of videos about budgeting, and all of the people who are really good with their money, who are like self-made millionaires, they all say like, I don't go to the restaurant. So I'm like, okay, I need to stop that. Cool. So now we get into the category that is actually juicy, and that is actually something that I'm really ashamed about. And I'm just being frank with you guys. Like, when I use the word ashamed, it's because it's how I truly feel. I'm not trying to say that if you shop, you should be ashamed of yourself. It's just personally how I feel, especially in times of Corona, that like people are losing their jobs, people, you know, are having trouble paying rent, and I'm out here spending this much money on shopping. Ridiculous. So my shopping total is $1,485.18. That's really high. That includes a pair of Doc Martens that I bought right before quarantine started, $300 boots just to be in lockdown. Love that for me. That includes running shoes that I bought so that I could take up running. I haven't gone on a run. That includes sweatsuits and everything you guys saw in my recent haul that I uploaded. That is a lot of money to spend on shopping. I'm not proud of that amount. Like I said, I shop to self-soothe. It's a coping strategy that I have. And to be honest, you guys saw, I think, some of my vlogs at the beginning of isolation. I was a mess. I cried like 3 times a week. I would sit on my couch and cry. I was afraid. I was scared of being alone. I was scared to lose my job. I had so much fear, and a lot of that fear I combated with this horrible habit of mine that is to spend money on clothes. What ends up happening is the clothes come in and I'm like indifferent about them, or I'm happy about them. Like, you know, I bought these jeans, I'm wearing them right now, I love them, they make me feel great, but did I really need them? You know, and is it worth the feeling of regret, of buyer's remorse that I feel afterwards? No. This $1,400, or even if I could have cut it in half, like let's say $700, that's $700 that I could put in a savings account right now. You guys, I'm going to tell you a secret. I have no money in savings. We'll get into that later in this video, but I have no money in savings, yet here I am spending $1,400 in 2 months on shopping. This includes, on top of the things I just mentioned, it includes a matcha kit that I ordered on Amazon. It includes a milk frother. And the matcha kit and the milk frother, they truly add value to my life. The sweatsuit that I bought in the wrong colors that I can't return, that I spent money on shipping on, does not add value to my life. Now, the other category, most of these are purchases that are unavoidable. Actually, this includes the Google Home that I bought, which I actually love. This also includes, oh, I didn't even tell you the total. So the total for my other category is $1,000 and, what, can I speak? $1,215.83. Now, why is that category so high? It's because I purchased something very expensive. I purchased a kitchen island. Insert video of my kitchen island here. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. Spending money on my home is something that does bring me a lot of joy. I love my apartment, but did I really need to buy that kitchen island right now? It's a handmade, locally made island. It's stunning. And what I told myself was, well, you know, I'm supporting the local economy. Like, this guy, he's making it. He needs my money. He needs my support. And that's true. And that would have been fine. And I think that purchase would have been fine if I had saved up for it over a few months rather than just bam, buy it on credit. Why did I buy that on credit? Now it's sitting on my line of credit because I transferred the balance. And that purchase would have been fine if I'd spent less on shopping. So I think you guys can see a pattern here is I seem to have no self-control, and I have no idea. Like, I don't plan my purchases. I don't budget my money. I don't see, you know, where's my money coming in? Where is it going out? What can I actually afford? I'm simply hit with a credit card bill at the end of the month, and then I'm like, oops. So this is a really unhealthy habit that I have. This is not a healthy relationship with finance that I have. I'm fortunate that I make a good salary. I'm fortunate that I pretty much can pay off my credit card bill at every, you know, step of the way. But quarantine made me realize, what if I got laid off tomorrow? If I got laid off tomorrow, I would not be able to pay my rent. I do not have any savings. I do not have an emergency fund. I would be screwed. I don't come from a wealthy family who can just pay my bills for me and no worries, Zoe, we're happy to support you until you figure it out. They'd be happy to support me if, you know, they could, but the fact of the matter is my parents aren't rich. I know a lot of people probably think that about me. I had some comments about that when I'm from people in my real life when I moved into this apartment. You guys have seen my other videos. You probably know, I'm not even going to sugarcoat this. I live in an absolutely stunning loft. And people were like, oh, her parents must be paying her rent. No, I pay my rent. So on top of everything I just mentioned, I pay $1,350 a month on rent. So now that kind of explains probably why I have no savings. So yes, if I were to lose my job tomorrow, which, knock on wood, that is not going to happen, I would be screwed. And why am I telling you guys this? Why am I exposing myself for this? I think it comes down to this fact that I do not want to give anyone the perception that my life is perfect or that I really have my shit together, because I look at other people, I look at influencers like Maggie McDonald. Maggie McDonald just moved into a beautiful condo. She's buying all new furniture, she's furnishing it. And I know she's not, she gets paid from YouTube, you know, obviously this girl is very well off, but I can't help but look at her and think, my God, this girl has it together. But we don't know the realities of her life, and I'm sure she's really smart with her money, okay? I'm not saying anything, I'm just using her as an example because she doesn't disclose a lot about finance, that we don't know how much she has in savings. We don't know, you know, her situation. And I just think that I never want people to look at me and be like, I want to be just like her, because guys, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I have, you know, bad behavior, what I think is bad behavior. And so I just want to come clean to you guys, because you guys are so kind to me in the comments, you know, in the DMs you send me, like, you guys are really kind to me, and I just want to give you guys like what you deserve, and I want to put out what I wish to see from other influencers. Not saying I'm an influencer, but what I wish to see from like other YouTubers, which is like just an honest look into our lives. So now the next thing I want to expose for myself, I really hope this video like doesn't come back to bite me in the ass or like haunt me or whatever, but how much student debt do I have? So I'm really fortunate that the only kind of debt I have right now is student debt. I don't have a car, I don't have a mortgage, and like I said, like I always pay off my credit card balance. I do have a small balance on my line of credit right now, which is, the amount is basically everything I just told you guys. Like I'm literally waiting to get paid so that I can pay it off, so we love that. Oh God. So my big source of debt is my student loan. I went to a four-year university. I graduated in the summer, and in December I had to start making payments back on my student loan. So I have $20,800 and like a few cents of student loan debt. That amount is, for me, it's quite high. Being from Canada, that's like a pretty reasonable number. I do make payments every month. I make more than the minimum payment, which is something that I'm proud of. And it's also a reason why I don't really have any savings, is because I've just been so focused on repaying my debt. However, I just think that if I was smart, I know that if I was smarter with my money, I'd not only be able to have savings, but I'd be able to pay this off even faster. So where do we go from here? I can say with a lot of confidence, and you know, I hope that things don't change, and I know I'm going to struggle along the way, but I can say that I no longer care about having, you know, a closet full of the newest or ritziest styles. I no longer care about going out for drinks 3 times a week and drinking $20 cocktails. I just don't care about that anymore. And I'm really grateful for isolation showing me that, like, this is what my therapist said. She said, wherever you are is where the party is. And I've learned to love being at home and being alone so much. And obviously I can't wait to be reconnected with my friends and stuff. But I'm going to be so much more conscious of everything that I spend my money on from here on out. And I really want to take you guys along with me on that journey. The first step, and you guys are going to see it, I'm going to do it in a vlog when I get paid next week, the first step is to pay off the balance on my line of credit. From there, I am going to open some new savings accounts to be smarter with my money. I think that there are new banks out there such as Wealth Simple, which are ways that we can invest our money short-term, long-term, and have higher interest savings accounts than with traditional banks. So I'm going to be looking more into that and sharing what I find with you guys. I'm going to start an emergency fund, which I've never had before and I'm excited for. I'm going to make bigger payments on my student loan, and I'm just going to be smarter with my money. My goal is that, you know, I can be someone that you guys can look up to, but at the same time, we can learn together. If you guys have any budgeting tips or any people you like to watch, please share them down below. Some people that I've really been enjoying when it comes to budgeting are, first of all, my homies, my friends, my other YouTubers. I actually met them in person when I was in Toronto. I like DM'd them and I was like, hey guys, want to meet? Because like I love their videos. Steph and Den, love you guys. And I've actually gotten a lot of my friends hooked onto their videos too. They're from Canada, so they give us like relatable budgeting advice for Canadians or fresh grads. Steph and Den, that's their channel. It will be linked down below. I love them. And number 2 is Stephan. I've been watching his videos. He does a lot of reactions to those millennial money and those glamour videos that talk about people's, you know, lifestyles and the way that they spend money. He responds to those with his own financial advice. He's actually a millionaire. He's made $1 million or upwards of $1 million. He's a YouTuber and he's a very frugal guy. So watching people like live nice but frugal lifestyles has really inspired me to cut back on my own lifestyle. When I look around my apartment, it's so beautiful and I'm so grateful for it. And I see that I have absolutely everything I need in here, not only to keep me occupied, but to really bring me true joy. I can watch videos of, I can do yoga at home. I can, you know, recycle my outfits. I've been wearing the same outfits like all the time. And I can cook meals at home. I can even make cocktails at home, frig. Like everything you want can be done more frugally while still being just as fun, just as glamorous. And I'm gonna take you guys along that new journey with me. So if you got something out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you wanna see more content like this, please leave me a comment down below letting me know. Please be nice to me in the comments. And I'll talk to you all in my next video. Bye.
Do anything for the cash. Do anything for the cash.